Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Royalty Room. Today we have an amazing artist. He goes by Hxvik, just 21 years old from South Central. Okay. And not only is he an artist, he's a private chef to celebrities. I mean, how do you manage having a chef career and a music career? They're both like super taxing, aren't they?
Um, yeah, for the most part. When I first started doing or wanting to do music, because music always was a dream for me. But originally, before I started using my voice, it was like dance that I was really involved in. And once that happened, and I got older, as time passed, like I would go to studios and stuff like that, and then I started to realize when it comes to music and just having a career and being somebody who wants freedom and even a partner, just anything. Like you have to have a job.
Right.
So I went to college originally for music. I went for music, but it was during the pandemic because or towards the end of the pandemic. I graduated high school in 2021. So
Yikes. That's like a very unfortunate time to start life. Like pandemic and now you're off the porch. That's kind of crazy to think about.
in a way, but it kind of worked out, and I enjoyed every single second. Like during the pandemic, yeah, I was in the house, but when I was inside of school, because I originally went to El Camino, um, I got financial aid, ended up purchasing like piano equipment to learn the piano, but I was getting taught through video calls with every other student on how to play the piano. And it's like I'm a hands-on in-person type of person when
Right.
it comes to communication, learning, or working. Like even when people send me opens or things for features, or if I'm having a studio session, walking out of the room and disconnecting the energy is something that will throw things off. So I say that to say, I basically dropped out of El Camino. I just wasn't motivated to do that. And then my older sister, shout out Smiley, she actually does catering too. She's a chef.
Okay.
Yeah. My older sister, she was in culinary school at the time, and that was the only class at LA Harbor that was in person because it's cooking.
Yeah.
And certain classes weren't online and staff was still there, so people needed to be fed. So she was like, just come to culinary school with me. I ended up going, but when I went, I was like 2, 3 weeks into culinary school. So like I didn't have any knives,
Right.
any chef coats, any equipment. And basically, it was okay because during that time they were learning certain things and more book work was getting done. So once we actually got on the floor, we would kind of be somewhat prepared.
I I'm like envisioning right now when Drewski went on Hell's Kitchen. Like he just showed up on Hell's Kitchen and now he's just a chef. Like that's what I'm envisioning this story as.
Yeah, and when I originally went to culinary school, in college, like it was such a fun time for me because during that time I didn't have the social status that I have now, number one. Then number two, the things that I have now that supply confidence, basically sense of self, things that I've worked on to develop myself to be able to say that I'm this, I do that, I do that, I do that. I didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 18, going into culinary school, but I was really excited. I'm pretty sure I had the most energy out of everybody throughout my entire 3 semesters.
1,000% I believe that about you.
Yeah, I'm like 7 in the morning going in. Whoa, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all ready to get started? And then
I feel like that's how I met you. Like literally, like that's the exact level of energy from when I met you.
yeah, I feel like shows and stuff like that. That's yeah, I definitely do have a lot of energy and exert that. I'll go more into detail into that too.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the culinary, like going into culinary school or initially off the bat, it was a lot more fun, a lot more playful. And I had my sister there with me, and I didn't really grow up with any of my siblings like that. And I started to really reconnect with them as I became an adult. And as I started to do that, like she'd pick me up in her little bucket, we'd drive to school in the morning, and sometimes, because she has my nephew. Sometimes she wouldn't pick me up because she have a lot going on and stuff like that. So I would get up at like 5 in the morning. From 5 in the morning, it's like Figueroa and Imperial, like that whole train station. I would go from 127th to Fig and Imperial, like ride my skateboard in the morning, and then get on the train and ride that. Not the train. I get on the bus, and the bus will take the freeway all the way to basically like Harbor City.
Damn.
And that would be like every morning. Some days I would get out of school and then go. And I ended up through culinary school. I ended up linking up with actual family. I ended up getting hired at Benihana, and just learning a lot. I even participated in the culinary competition between the three schools within my district, stuff like that. Shout out LA Harbor because as of current, we have the trophy.
Okay. Shout out LA Harbor.
Yeah, but yeah. Shout out Chef Eric, Chef Jimmy, Chef Jackson, Chef Ming, Chef T.
Is this like a known thing? Like, say everybody that I know that you know, is this a known thing that you're just a chef, or is this something that
Oh, see,
I
okay.
discovered?
I'm going to take it back. Wait, are you asking me
Mhm.
that if everybody knows that I'm a chef?
Yeah. Is this
I
a
mean,
known thing?
pretty much
Yeah.
now, like with the last Underground Mag writing camp, I chefed for everybody
Oh, okay.
while simultaneously being an artist. And I feel like at the camp, I wouldn't say that I really don't know the count, but I'm pretty sure I knocked out more songs than most people.
Wow, that's amazing. So, for those who don't know, Hxvik and I met at Undrgrnd Magazine's issue 9 release party. My artist that I manage, Air the Prophecy, you guys all know him by now. They were on the same magazine, and they have multiple records together. Big Deal, Avalanche, Wonderful. From I think that was the first camp last summer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was that was, and that camp was pretty lit too. Like we ended up driving to West Hollywood, and the camp was in the hills, and it was a 12-hour back-to-back thing. And the funny thing about that camp, I think we made Big Deal I think the first day.
Yeah.
The first day of the camp, we made Big Deal. And the funny part about that day is the night before, I got no sleep. I was up 24 hours. Like on the first day of the camp. Like
that's y'all artist's favorite thing to do.
And it's because I had work. I was at Benihana.
Okay.
And when I was at Benihana, I ended up getting home and had to handle something there. And that just kept me up all night. So I was just like on the way to going to the camp. And then I was playing a Michael Jackson song, Stranger in Moscow. And then I was singing it. And then I was like listening to how like he hit his falsettos and stuff like that. And fast forward to the camp. Shout out Casey. Because the song Re-Up, we were all like the first day of the camp, we were all trying to figure out each other's energy. Because everybody didn't know anybody. I had no idea who Casey was. Like, and I didn't know what his skill level was. Him, Keita, YZ, Prophecy. Prophecy, he just be in a cut. He be chilling.
Right. I'm just now getting him to like be in the front. Like now he be talking to people and stuff. But otherwise he's just gonna be ducked off.
Yeah, and I mean it makes sense that if that works for you, that works for you. But basically, the song "Re-Up," I don't judge a book by its cover, so come and read up. Girl, I lost you way back then, but this the re-up. Me and Casey kind of bounced off of each other's energy and creative ability to make that hook. But at the time, I think his voice is better now. He found like a little steam system or something like that to help him out, but he couldn't hit the high notes. And Chop was engineering, and I basically ended up doing that, and that's how that kicked off. And then YZ came with Big Deal, and we were all just trying to figure it out because Keita liked it, Curry liked it, of course YZ liked it, I liked it, and then I knew Air's voice at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need you, bro. But we need you to just stamp it.
Yeah.
I feel like him on any type of hook, you can't. He's an artist to where when you hear his voice, you gonna know it's his voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
it's a big presence. I agree.
Yeah. And when it comes to Big Deal, you know how there was a music video shot? Shout out Motionless Creations, because I was the person who asked him. I was like, "Are you about to leave right now?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you think you could get some behind the scene footage for just this song that we did because I knew that song was like a hit, crazy song. And then he was like, yeah. And then we kept talking, and then he just ended up deciding to make a music video.
Wow, right then and there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then I had to like, everybody was still recording, so I had to go in and be like, hey, you come here. No, you come here. I had to go like upstairs, downstairs, all the way around, just finding people. And yeah.
That's dope. Shout out to Andrew and Povsky over at Undrgrnd Magazine.
Yes.
It's definitely been a journey to watch unfold, and I feel like it's created like such a huge sense of community and support through the magazine. So it's really nice to see like the transition over the last 2 years since we've been involved.
And being in the mag, like, and just in the industry, period. Like, as an artist, like, I have dealt with both sides of certain types of artists. You have the certain artists who go off of their own energy, you know, and don't invest as much financially into certain things, you know, that move in a way to where it's like a trying to get over based off of where their social status is in the moment. And then you have other artists who choose to take a route to where they have no option but to invest in themselves. You know, like for example, like with the mag, like Undrgrnd Mag, like that's something that you're going to have to work for to invest to be able to put whatever you need to behind it. And in that, and you just see a different type of energy, a different type of perspective and work ethic.
So you feel like you get back what you've put in.
Yeah, and you're just surrounded by like-minded individuals who are willing to work for, you know, and
willing to actually do instead of just say or think.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I get from you guys. And speaking of Motionless Creations, he's the one that just did your newest music video, right?
Oh yeah, Like Me. Shout out Like Me, man. Shout out Motionless. Okay. So, would you like to know how that song was made?
I want to know everything about it, and I also want to say that I was at the LV Recording Studios and Undrgrnd anniversary when you shot the video. So if I'm somewhere in the cut, I'm happy that I made it, but I don't think I did. But y'all know I was there, so go watch the video.
Yeah. Shout out that video, man.
Undrgrnd Studios.
Yeah.
So did you start the song?
Yes.
Did one of the other? Okay, tell me what happened.
So when it comes to me as an artist, I want to let you know, and then everybody else know that I'm an artist that can freestyle for however long I want to.
Wow. That's a blessing.
Like, yeah, and it's not something that like I just picked up on. I feel like freestyling is something that it's like, you know those water balloons?
Mm-hmm.
Water balloons, small ones, and you try and blow air into it.
Yeah.
It's like really, 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 really hard at first, but then once you get the air and you can just expand it if you want to until it pops. That's how freestyling is. That's how I started. Shout out J Hearts. That's actually somebody who I started doing music with when I was like 15, and we would freestyle about things that we saw inside the room. You know, so we would just play a beat, keep it going, and just figure it out. Try and get your brain to work in certain ways and challenge yourself. And it was fun, and then also like who doesn't like music? Music makes the world go round. But back to Like Me. So how it started was, you know, I'm getting like right off of the chefing. My chefing stuff is getting done. I just finished cleaning up, and I go upstairs. I'm really all around the camp, hopping on songs here, there, left, and right, like, cause I don't need to write.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to write, I'll write. But when it comes to camps and Undrgrnd, like I only write when it's like a song that freestyling does not click.
Yeah, like you have to think about it and tell a story and stuff. Yeah.
So I ended up going upstairs, and when I walk into the room, YZ's in there, Dio is in there, Keita is in there, Curry is in there. And I forgot bro's name, but he has locks, and he was at the last camp too. And Chop was in there. And then they started like, you know, playing beats, and I'm just like, okay. And then I start hearing multiple beats. We went through like 1 to 3 beats. And then once we went through those beats, we ended up selecting one. Chop was like, no, that one right there. So as the beat is playing, everybody else needs to write. So as soon as the beat goes, I'm on it. And I'm just freestyling. out loud, and he's like, bro, sit down, get behind the mic, do what you got to do. I'm like, okay, cool. The beat plays, and I don't do one take. I do like 2 takes, 2 full takes of the entire instrumental. So it's just like, as I'm rapping and doing what I'm doing, the first take is the most natural take, obviously, because it's like the first thing. But then the second take, I always do that just for reassurance for myself. And then I know like legends to do that. Like if I'm gonna be legendary, like shout out Juice World. Like I feel like his capability and his craft and stuff like that, like just how he did it, it was amazing, and it was inspiring for the time that I got inspired by it. And one thing that Chop told me, he was like, I've never seen nothing like this. This is like some Juice World type shit, bro. Like this is crazy.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's when, as I'm freestyling and as I'm at the camp, something that I have access to, which is a blessing, I have a studio outside of Underground, outside of everybody. And that's with the engineer that I first started working with when I was 18.
Wow.
And his name is Omar. He's from Egypt. He flew out here, and we built the studio once, and then now we built it twice. Now we're gonna have to build it a third time because transitioning and just moving, and we're probably gonna move it out to Hollywood.
That makes sense.
It's a conversation to to be had.
Hollywood is the place to be if you want to be central.
High five.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Catch us in Hollywood Hills, okay?
Yeah, but basically something that I always try to do is just remember my training.
Mm-hmm.
Because the amount of hours that I put in just music, period, like I've put in well over my 10K.
Ain't that what you need to be a master at your craft?
Yeah, I've calculated. I put over 70,000.
Whew.
So
wow.
And the amount of music that I have, like just in our hard drive, and it's over 44 gigabytes, like, of music.
Wow.
So I have.
So that's what you say, you're gonna be dropping, because we don't need stuff to just be sitting in the vault, right?
Yeah, and then also the things that are inside of the vault, like it's I don't know. I do have a lot of good stuff, but I also have a lot of stuff that I already do want to create and stuff like that, and it's just a lot. It's a lot to go through.
I mean, you have plenty of time. You've been doing music for a while, but you are still 21. So you literally have unlimited time to do everything that you want to do. I feel like we're always thinking, especially going through COVID and going through, like 2025, kind of rocky. Like we think, oh my God, I have to do all of this right now. But you don't. Like there's still time to breathe. There's still time to take care of yourself and time to plan. So I feel like everybody is kind of freaked out right now with the way that this year is going.
That's definitely true. As far as like taking my breather and taking time, but like something about myself is like as of late, like 2024, like it's been a year to where I've like really had to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
I had to grow up, and I had to experience everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about like emotionally, on the emotional spectrum, I experienced all of it. On the mental spectrum, I've experienced all of it.
How'd you know I was going into mental health next?
Just flow.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But and then on the spiritual side, I've been going. I went through a lot. Like moving to OC at 20. I moved out the house at 20. So when I moved out, it was something exciting, and I like easy, just like that, done. I worked hard, I saved up a lot, and I moved in with my girl, my friend that I started music with, and then my girl's friend. It was it's a big house, so I had roommates, but that was a situation within itself. I learned from that. And then also even like with music and just people that I've surrounded myself with, like this year, I had to literally like cut off.
Clean house. Yep.
Everybody, because I feel like it's, I don't know. I felt as if like cutting people off would be something that is like wrong, or something that's heartless to do. But when you get to a certain point, like just inside of your life as an adult, because I feel like as adults, we all forget at a point in time that we all have free will. Everybody has an opportunity, a choice to make, there's always something within our control that can make or break our next opportunity or just keep us stagnant. And it all has to do with awareness and how aware certain people are and how you are, how you operate in certain rooms and how you move. Like I have I have I have I have just realized, like, through trial and error, that I have a specific type of way that I want to live, that I want to operate. There are standards that I see for myself that aren't really compromisable if I don't
Mhm.
want them to be. Like, I'm not gonna compromise anything if I don't want to. Like, if you're not worth it, if the risk is more than the reward, or if there is a risk that will mess up anything, like, I'm good.
Yeah, gotta go.
Like, it's certain artists, certain rappers that I've surrounded myself with, like, that I will never work with again.
Amen. And I feel like this piece is a huge part of mental health and self-care, because if you don't know when people gotta go, they're gonna keep taking and taking and taking, or leeching, or just being there, and just having people there just to be there. Like you said, it could cost everything. It could just keep you exactly where you are. So I think that like having those boundaries and making those calls is really important to growth and your mental health overall.
And then sometimes, like, what I can say is at times when it comes to cutting people off, it could be a sense of dread or fear that you have for, like, oh, like, I don't want to have this conversation, and you just realize, I don't have to talk to you. I don't owe you no
Right.
explanation. Like,
Amen.
I am a
I'm
grown
heavy on
ass man.
that.
Like, bye.
I ain't got
Like,
nothing to say.
like, if you like, okay, Kendrick said it himself. I cut off my granny if she don't see it how I see it,
Whew.
bro. I cut off my. I'm not even gonna go too much into that, but I've cut off personal people. Like, I'm at a point to where it's like it doesn't matter who you are, because I come with a certain type of intention,
Mhm.
and learning intention versus impact and state of flow, and just flowing within yourself and what that means. It can really be tricky.
Yeah.
It can be tricky. It could be something that's like, it could just give you anything.
Yeah, you have to be intentional about yourself. Because if you're not, then how would anybody else know? You know what I mean? So like how does and this is a great first step, but being in the music industry, you've been doing this for quite some time now.
10 years plus.
Okay. So a decade. How has navigating this industry had an effect on your mental health, and how do you keep sane? How do you keep going?
Okay. So originally, when I started doing music, the first time that I ever freestyled or rapped or anything like that, I was a kid. I was like in middle school, and then I had a friend, close friend. Me and him, we would rap together. He would teach me certain strategies. We would freestyle like 2 bars each, back to back, and walk all the way home. Then catch the bus in the morning. Do the same thing. Um, I feel like that I have my love for music was so strong when I saw potential in people who had a specific skill set. I looked past all the other BS. I looked past the problems and I didn't really focus on it because I like music that much. Like, that's it. It's something for me that I don't know. It just it created. It's valuable. And that's something that I've worked on for so long. But as far as, like, navigating my mental health and how it's had an effect, sometimes when you're in the industry, like, you really can lose a sense of reality.
Mhm.
Like, you can get caught up in a lot of things. Whether it's the materialistic, social status, or just the attention that you get from people, because it's definitely an attention based sport, and certain people just give you attention.
An attention-based sport. That's good. That's a really good way to put it. Holy shit. I'm kind of mind blown. Sorry to interrupt, but that's really a good way to put it.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up. We're done here. That was enough. No, I'm just kidding. Attention-based sport. So how do you like not let things get to your head or get bigger than you are, or how do
That
you keep all that to a minimum?
that all has to do outside of the music. Um, working on myself, like keeping up my physical health, working out,
Mm-hmm.
lifting weights, being outside, sitting in the sun, meditating, talking to God, eating healthy, drinking healthy. That's about it. It all starts with
Self-care.
yeah.
And self-love. Self-love. I feel like the 20s is essentially a decade of finding out how to love yourself.
Yeah. That's interesting. I feel like just where my mind is, like I don't really think like the average 21-year-old or just the average
Human.
anything. Like and like I see something that I've been taught is to learn from other people's mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
At times I don't, but certain times, like certain things like that the quote unquote average 20-year-old should do to have fun or do this or do that, like I'm not doing. Like I'm on some whole other. My mind is for what I'm about to do. It's about to be crazy.
So what are we about to do? What are we going to see from Hxvik this year?
You're definitely gonna see more content, change in aesthetic, projects definitely being released, events, more chefing, just stuff like that. Like
Now, if
I'm
we're saying
all
we're
in.
doing more chefing, the Royalty Room cast is going to need to try the food just to make sure, you're doing it appropriately. So whenever you feel that you want to bless the cast, as in me, let me know.
And
For
me.
sure.
Oh, yep, of course, the production set. We need food. So, next episode we'll have like a taste test. That'll be our thing. But for now,
Mhm.
we're going to have a taste test of our Bomber energy drinks. Shout out to the newest energy drink on the scene. Okay, this is the original regular flavor, but it does come in tropical, it comes in berry, it comes in sugar-free. And Saul, do you want to join us in our taste test?
Yes.
We're going to get real live reactions for our sponsors. And get you some energy. I don't know if you personally need any more, but this is going to do it for you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that sounded crisp.
I know.
It sounded refreshing.
Let's see.
Do you?
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. It's giving.
It's giving aftertaste of bubblegum.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
taste
not
that?
mad at that. I do taste it. It says invisible reaction. I like this stuff. Shout out to my sponsors. Y'all got to come down here and get you one of these because I'm telling you.
Yeah, these are not bad at all.
Satisfyingly sweet taste without compromising quality or purity. Carbon dioxide adds a refreshing fizz to the drinks. All right. I'm sold. Y'all better go check out Bomber on the internet because it's the new thing coming.
I'm finishing mine.
You finished it already?
No, I'm finishing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna finish.
Tap in with me because I got plenty more where that came from. But back to Hxvik. I want to know, what is something that you want your fans and your audience to know that they probably have no idea about you? Or what do you want them to see out of you?
Oh, that's a question. Okay.
I know, I feel like there's so many layers to you. Where do we start?
I could talk about myself for hours. I'm just saying.
This is your time. This is your time to do it. This is your hour.
Okay. Something about me that most people do not know. Damn.
I stumped you. Is this a legal business?
Where?
Oh, there goes Air the Prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is your logo, right?
Yeah, that's next gen.
Yeah, you gave me a T-shirt at the show when I first met you.
Oh, that's fire. I forgot.
Yeah, no, see, that's what I'm saying. Your energy is always on 1,000. So you're just like one of those cartoon characters that's bouncing around. You just here, do this. I got to do this. Da, 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 da. And I appreciate that because if I didn't have this nice little energy drink right here, I wouldn't have any.
Okay. Something that I want my fans to know that they don't know about me yet. Which is something that I want you guys to know. As far as what has been put out for me and just, my solo songs, features included too. Like, like nobody really has seen my truest capability.
Mm.
I feel like I've been not BSing, but it's that cutoff of other people and other people's energy is something that I've been needing to do for years. Now I'm at a point to where it's about to be it's about to do it's about to be something that nobody has ever seen before.
Or
Like I feel like yeah, and also when it comes to the artists that I've surrounded myself with, every single artist that I've ever worked with, surrounded myself with, there's always been something that is learned, but I've also realized that there's no artist like me with my capabilities.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Is there like a genre of music that you've ventured into that nobody would expect? Or that you want to?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I want to. Okay, so rap, that's something that everybody knows. Rock is something. Indie.
Mm.
Indie is something. That
I could see that for you.
also Afro beats and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna have a project with genres like that. And then also like I want songs like with artists that aren't necessarily involved inside of the rap culture. Like
Okay.
a female artist that I really like. Do you know who Aurora is?
I do, actually.
Yeah, like her sonics and her sounds are just like crazy. And I wouldn't say that I'm in her boat because her boat is her boat, but I have music
That
that
requires her.
nobody's that nobody's really heard. A select few has heard it, but like I really have a lot of amazing music like on the way. Like I can't really say anything else other than that. But that, and then also
Tell me.
as far as
Give me the tea.
as far as the Like Me video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shawty wanna fuck with a nigga like me. Like I be talking, and I be rapping like that way, but like genuinely I'm not a man whore. That's all I'm
Not that
saying.
guy.
Nah.
Okay.
It's-
I'll take your word for it here on the show.
it's based truthfully, like it's based off of energy, and I guess desires in that moment. Like when I made that song, like I was on a different type of timing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mhm. This smile, like whenever you talk about your music, that is all I need to know about what's coming, because the fact that you are so excited about your craft makes me want to learn and listen more. You know what I mean? Like when I met you, I was just like, yeah, he's definitely like, he's really serious about what he's doing and he really loves it. And a lot of people, like once they start doing music or once they do it for so long or whatever, like the passion just kind of disappears and it's just a job. But it's beautiful to see.
Yeah. I am. You can mark my words, but I'm about to be one of the biggest artists in the world. Like in history. I swear to God. Like I have had this in my mind since I was 3.
There's so many manifestations that come to light on the Royalty Room.
Yeah.
So we heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm so serious. Like it's at a point to where like I've done all my errors. I've had a lot of my errors, so now like I'm just on the come up. Like I hit
Ready.
rock bottom just like in a lot of areas, but now I'm at a point to where like I'm aware. I feel like I've gained the knowledge and the tools where to put certain things financially, certain connections, you know. Shout out you.
Okay, Legal Queen LA.
Yeah, but I'm serious. Like I have something to prove, not just to myself, and not just for the love of music, but like so many things that have happened like personally within my life at the moment, to where it's like I'm glad that I cut the people off that I cut off, because now I'm about to shit on niggas.
Gotta go. What OT say? Cut it.
But
Gotta go.
But yeah, and then also another thing is like I genuinely don't do music for selfish reasons. I don't do it for status quo. Music has been something that has saved my life. And it has been the thing that has kept me going and kept me feeling that as if I had something when I felt as if I had nobody.
So it is essentially a piece of therapy.
Oh yeah, like something that I've done, like, and this is with unreleased music that nobody's heard, which it isn't fair to you guys and the listeners. Like my music has like given me wisdom to move with in my future. Like I would make a song, and in that song I give advice to myself in the future and in the present.
I love that.
So it's like it's all connected with different eras within my life, and I feel like now I'm moving into some like just an era of open terrain and knowledge, to where like I feel like I've gathered all the infinity gauntlets. You know, I've used every single one separately, but now I'm just forging the glove to make it, and then once I make it,
there ain't no stopping it.
so it's gonna happen like really soon. It's gonna look like an overnight success when it does happen, but
doesn't it always though? We never know the struggle. We never know, but
yeah,
we gonna get through it and we gonna make it. So, I want you right now to look directly into that camera and say what you gotta say to your future self, just like you do in your music, and then tell everybody where to find you.
I just want to let you know, I believe in you. By the time you're looking at this, you know, again, you already did it. It's already another level, you know, and just remember that your mind, what you think, what you speak, and how you view yourself is your reality, and you have all the power to make anything inside of this terrain to be under your control, your will, and your way. Have your standards, set your goals, which they're already set, make them, and level up. That's it. You guys can find me on Instagram at Hxvik on the beat, Hxvik on the beat. YouTube, Hxvik, Spotify, Hxvik, Apple Music, Hxvik, you know, TikTok, Hxvik on the beat 2.0. You guys still have the app?
I know, right?
I didn't.
Is it on the App Store? Is it not? I don't know.
I didn't, like, that's the thing. Like, I didn't delete it when they did what they did. So
I can't keep up with that stuff. But y'all already heard what the deal is. Hxvik has a lot more to come. He already has some new music that's out right now. We got to go watch the music videos. We got to stream the records. And you already know it's the Legal Queen of LA on all platforms at Legal Queen LA. Like, subscribe, stream, follow, all the things. Comment and let us know what you thought and what you want to see next.